There are people who can sit right in front of you, speak clearly, smile politely, say all the right words, and yet, you feel nothing solid coming from them. No emotional weight, no real vulnerability, just a quiet wall. Maybe, that person is you. You don't explode. You don't break down. You don't beg, chase, or confess too much. You stay composed, controlled, reasonable. But deep inside, something feels locked away. The real question isn't why you hide your feelings. The real question is, what happened that made hiding feel safer than being seen? People who never show their true feelings are often misunderstood. They're labeled cold, detached, unemotional. But emotionally closed people are rarely empty. They are contained. Somewhere in your past, you learned showing emotion had consequences. Maybe your feelings were ignored. Maybe they were mocked. Maybe they overwhelmed someone who couldn't handle them. So you adapted. You translated emotion into thought, pain into silence, longing into self-control. This isn't weakness. It's intelligence shaped by survival. In Jungian psychology, this is the birth of a protective persona. A carefully constructed version of you that can function in the world without risking emotional exposure. But the persona has a shadow. And that shadow holds everything you never allowed yourself to feel fully. Here's the contradiction. The more you suppress your emotions, the more intense they become inside. You may feel calm on the surface, but underneath, emotions don't disappear. They wait. They turn into sudden emotional shutdowns. Deep loneliness you can't explain. Relationships that feel distant even when they're close. Or a sense that no one truly knows you. You might crave intimacy. But when someone gets close enough to see inside, you pull back. Not because you don't care, but because closeness threatens the structure that once kept you safe. At the core of emotional concealment is often the silent child. The part of you that learned early on, my feelings don't change anything. My emotions are too much. It's better to stay quiet. Imagine a child trying to express sadness or fear, and being met with dismissal, impatience, or absence. That child didn't stop feeling. They stopped showing. As an adult, you may now be the calm one, the strong one, the one who handles things. But the silent child is still there, waiting to be acknowledged. Not rescued. Not fixed. Just felt. Emotional concealment often leans on control, containment, self-mastery. You may pride yourself on being rational, stable, unshaken. But control is not the same as integration. There's a difference between, I don't feel this, and, I feel this, and I can hold it. Many confuse emotional maturity with emotional absence. But real maturity includes the capacity to feel deeply, without collapsing. When emotions are denied instead of integrated, they don't soften you. They harden you. Jung said the shadow contains what the ego refuses to accept. If you never show your true feelings, your shadow may hold rage you've never expressed, grief you've never processed, desire you've never admitted, love you've never risked. And the shadow doesn't stay quiet forever. It leaks out sideways. Through sarcasm. Through withdrawal. Through emotional numbness. Through sudden disconnection from people who actually care. I don't get angry, a man once said. I just stop caring. That wasn't peace. That was buried anger, turned into indifference. If you never show your true feelings, you will never feel truly loved. Even when someone loves you. Because love can only reach the parts of you that are visible. You may think you're protecting yourself from rejection. But what you're actually protecting yourself from is intimacy. Unexpressed emotion creates distance. Not because others don't care. Because they don't know where to reach you. Healing doesn't mean suddenly becoming expressive or emotional in public. It means creating safe internal space for your feelings first. Integration begins when you stop asking, how do I hide this better? And start asking, what does this feeling want me to know? Emotion is information. Sadness points to loss. Anger points to violated boundaries. Fear points to uncertainty. Longing points to unmet connection. You don't need to perform your emotions. You need to listen to them. Start privately. Name one emotion you usually suppress. Not out loud. Just internally. Ask, when did I first learn this emotion was unsafe? You may be surprised what surfaces. Next, practice measured expression. Not full disclosure. Just honesty, in small doses. Instead of silence, try saying, I don't know how to talk about this yet. I feel something, but I'm still understanding it. I need time, but I don't want to disappear. These are bridges, not exposures. Finally, choose one relationship. Practice being slightly more real than usual. Not dramatic. Not overwhelming. Just human. Depth isn't built through intensity. It's built through consistency. If you never show your true feelings, it doesn't mean you are closed. It means you learn to survive by being contained. But survival is not the same as living. The moment you allow your emotions to exist, without judgment, without shame, they stop controlling you from the shadows. They become part of you. Not something to hide, but something to carry with strength. Because the deepest form of power is not emotional control. It is emotional truth, held with courage.